Welcome, Craig Fouy, Collin Harmon, along with our special guest, Shane Doan. We're going to talk hockey, obviously.
Yes.
You're here. You're with us. Let's just start with Carolina winning the Stanley Cup. 3-0, 3-0. I'm talking
World Cup
soccer.
mode.
World Cup
World
bug in
Cup,
my
hey,
head.
that works,
World
that
Cup's
works,
in
that
my head.
works.
3-0 in Vegas on the road. They get the cup first time in 20 years.
It was a great game. The game itself was kind of a little slow and boring, but it was a great series. There were so many lead changes, the way that it all went. I'm so happy for some of the players on Carolina. Jordan Martinook, Jordan Stahl, Shane Gostisbehere, Slavin. There's a few guys that are just, I'm so happy for those guys. Freddie Anderson, he spends quite a bit of time here with Austin in skates here. He's a good man too.
We talked a lot about Carolina out there on the set. What happened to Vegas in your mind? It's like as soon as they made the change to Bussy, Carolina did, Vegas went flat and they just didn't have that juice.
Yeah. You know what? It was hard to put your finger on it. I think it was a little bit. Eichel hits, I think, 3 crossbars in the last 2 games and really when the game was on the line, like you don't expect that to happen. I think a couple bounces, when the teams are so evenly matched, a couple bounces go your way and you get a little momentum, and momentum is so valuable. And it's such an amazing thing when it's on your side and that hope and belief. And then once Carolina kind of got that and they kind of got a taste of it, they really ran with it. And I don't know if it was as much Vegas as it just was Carolina kind of got rolling. And they got a couple bounces and if I think I thought after Vegas tied it when they won the game to go in overtime, I thought, okay, they have a chance. But that next game, Carolina controlled the game and they kind of ran from there.
Nobody covers up injuries quite like the NHL, right? And so
there is no injuries in the NHL.
Right. It's lower body, upper body. That's all you get. I kept thinking throughout this series that maybe Eichel had something going that he wasn't 100%. And I know this time of year, not many guys are, right?
Yeah.
But nobody covers up injuries like the NHL. So we don't know yet. And maybe some guys will tell us later, but it just seemed like Vegas wasn't clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah.
At times.
I agree. And I obviously Mark Stone was beat up. He came back. He was hurt. You saw him one time leave the game. Hannafin left a couple games. So yeah, I think everyone's beat up. I thought that Stankoven and Hall got hit pretty hard a couple times. They managed to stay in the games. Everyone's sore. Everyone's hurting, and I'm sure it's disappointing when that impacts a series, but it always does. And you don't find out. You don't even find out afterwards when some guys don't like to say it because then it feels like you're making excuses, and hockey players don't usually like to make excuses. So
I'll say it was a tough series for the traditional hockey market.
Yes.
Hand wringers that said, "Oh, this is terrible." 2 non-traditional markets. That was great hockey.
It was, wasn't it? It was really good. It was it was fun to watch. It was fun to watch. No lead was safe. That game that went to overtime with Marner getting the natural hat trick was one of the most enjoyable games to watch. You know what is cool? At the exact same time, what was going on in the NBA was kind of cool, where you're like, no lead safe, nothing was. You could go back and forth. That's the best part of sports is just the no simulation, just real.
Yep.
I love that.
Those first 8 games between the 2 series
Oh.
was like just sports bliss. Like
It was like
couldn't be any better.
It was every day. The
Yeah.
next morning, you're like, "Did you see the game?
Exactly.
Like, really? What is he doing? Taking the layup? Like, come on!" And then they're up 4-0. How does this happen? I love that. Like, that's what sports are supposed to be. It's supposed to be like give you something to talk about that just kind of brings everyone together instead of taking, dividing us.
Yeah, it's the best reality show on TV, right? You don't know what's going to happen.
And you can't, you just can't predict it. Like, I was probably cheering for the Knicks because I'm assuming that Wemby is going to win the next 10 in a row. Like, it's like, I don't know. He's a cheat code that you're like, good luck, guys. Like, he's 7'6" with a wingspan of 8 feet. Good luck. Go. It's like me playing against a real basketball player. Like, you just have no chance. He's so big and so athletic. But man, I think that's why sports is going to become even more important, I think, as we move forward, which sounds stupid because obviously I'm biased. I like sports, but I think it's going to become more and more valuable because we are going to search constantly for what is authentic and what is real. And sports is authentic and real in a world that is going to become simulated by AI. Even your entertainment, even your music, all that is going to, there's going to be an element of like, is that real? Did they do it? Did they not do it? When you have 18,000 or 20,000 or a soccer game or football game, 100,000 people watching it live, you're like, no, I was there. That's how it happened. This is unbelievable. I can't believe this is happening. I think that's going to become a big part of our society. And I think sports is going to be a huge part of that. And hopefully everyone understands the ramification of that platform because it's important.
It is.
So
Tell us what you've been up to. What's going on with you? I know that your Toronto Maple Leafs deal is coming to an end here.
Yep.
You were there for what, 3 years?
3 years,
3 years?
Yep.
Yeah. And so what's on the horizon for you?
You know what? I'm not totally sure on what I'm going to do. I absolutely loved it. In our sport, 32 teams, one team's happy, Carolina's happy, 31 teams are disappointed and upset and want to do, and even Carolina wants to change and do things better next year because they'll be changing everything. If you focus on the wins and losses, when you're on the management side, you're going to become a miserable, disappointed person. And for me, it's all about the people. And I absolutely loved the people in Toronto. They were incredible. Everybody, the staff, the coaches, the players, the trainers, everybody was, the office staff. I had an absolute blast. I got to be in a city that I'd never been in before, really, for a real long time. And I really enjoyed it. I ended up riding my bike everywhere or walking everywhere, which was like the most city thing, I guess, to do. And I am not a city person. My wife says I'm a city person now, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. Now, I don't know. I've had some opportunities. I got to interview for a couple GM jobs. Really enjoyed that. Nashville and Vancouver was really cool to get to sit down. Had a few other offers along the way with some other things and just kind of find my way through that and maybe do something in hockey, maybe not. I don't know. Hockey's been incredible to me, so I kind of feel like you want to make sure that you give back as much as you can.
You stayed here for so long. What was the experience like kind of being in the hockey fishbowl that is Toronto and being in the inner workings of a front office and like,
Yeah.
do you like the GM side of things?
Yeah, I do. I enjoyed it. Brad Treliving was a guy that I wouldn't have went if Tree hadn't been the guy. Probably like he pushed for it hard. And then obviously Austin and Matty Nizer, two guys that with Austin Matthews and Matthew Nizer, two guys that I really enjoy. Having Max Domi and Oliver Ekman-Larsson there. And then I knew a few other guys through different things. So it was really good. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the dynamics of it and the way that it all fits together. The GM job is an interesting one. It's really all consuming. It's like all consuming, which is a lot. Like that's and watching Tree do it and watching the staff around him help him and being part of that was a lot of fun. Yeah, there's everybody. I think every player always thinks they could be a GM, and then
Every civilian thinks we can be.
yeah,
a GM.
that's a good part. That's a good point. Yeah, I have came across a few of them actually that had some really good ideas. So, but it's what, it's so fun to be in that spot and to see how everything happens. I have a new appreciation for the bounces and as we were talking earlier, just about things that you don't do, things that you do, things that don't happen, the things that do happen that have huge impacts going for your team, for other teams around the league. Yeah. And you're watching it happen and you see people take credit and other people kind of run from credit. And it's a lot of fun. It was and really good people. Again, it's pro sports is all about humans and relationships. And I think that's my favorite part. That's hands down my favorite part, getting to know people and understanding their story. Everyone has a story. So
You're referencing trades and moves that you make that you don't know what that's going to produce down the road, right?
Yeah,
and when you see it come to fruition, maybe not your team, but some other team.
Yeah,
like
100%. Or even like something that you're like, we got to get this done. And then it doesn't happen. And you're like, oh, good thing that didn't happen because this is way better than that.
Right.
That's the stuff that, it's just, you recognize that you have to have good people.
Yep.
You have to have people that understand what they're doing and you just have to have time. And sometimes it doesn't work, and sometimes it does. And you really appreciate the things that work out and happen the way you hoped it would.
All right, your playing career, 20 years here in the Valley. Is there a single moment that you think back to as like that was the coolest?
When we beat Chicago in Chicago, because we had obviously the Winnipeg Jets / Arizona Phoenix Coyotes hadn't won a playoff series in a long, long time. It had been like 27 years or something. And I remember like, come on, like we'd had a few opportunities, we'd come close. But when we beat Chicago in Chicago, that stadium to play hockey, a playoff game in that stadium, and they just won the Stanley Cup the year before. So obviously it was crazy. That was a cool moment. I'd gotten hurt in the game and I didn't know if I was going to be able to play the next game. And I remember trying to get to the pile when the game was over, and it was like, I can't move, but I got to get there. And I remember thinking like, oh my goodness, this is finally I get another chance and to play another round. And thank you, Michael Smith. Mike Smith was amazing in that series. We had no business beating them, but that's the stuff that you talk about. Like that's the stuff you recognize. Like Chicago probably could have won the Stanley Cup that year, and we ended up knocking them off in the first round, and that was because of Mike Smith being unbelievable.
We sat down in the team hotel in Chicago. We were waiting for the bus to arrive. You guys were coming in, and I grabbed you. I think Rich Nairn grabbed you and said, "Hey, talk to Fooey." And you said that very thing. You said, "We'll go as far as Smitty takes us."
Yeah.
You told me that then.
Yeah, and he was so good.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, we lose to LA in 3 overtime games.
Yeah.
We didn't have Rafi Torres, which the league might not like me saying that, but that is what it is. We didn't have Rafi, who was so valuable for us in the playoffs. But that was it was so fun. Playoff hockey is so much fun because it's just, you feel like a kid again. It's like you're on the road. It's like you're at a hockey tournament just for as long as you can keep going. Like that's fun, man. It's fun.
My favorite moment was him blowing up after the Kings loss. You remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
He has no memory. He has no memory.
I've had
so mad.
But I was respectful. I was respectful.
Sort of.
I was so mad.
Furious. And you're like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to hold it back anymore.
That is exactly what crossed my mind.
It was.
I had a lovely conversation with Colin Campbell after that about having to apologize to some people. Again, I really do believe it's all about the human, the relationships. But my competitive nature does get me in trouble once in a while. It did get me in trouble when you're in those moments when you're playing for everything. That was a hard moment because I'm smart enough to realize I'm 30, I think I was 35.
Yeah.
Our team was good, but we had an opportunity to do something special. Things have to line up, even if you are good, for you to do something special. It felt like that was kind of the one kick at the can I was going to have. And I felt like there were some decisions that were made that weren't the most accurate decisions made. They were doing their best, and I do believe that.
He's still
but
covered.
I don't believe they were.
But you were speaking for every teammate, every coach, every fan in the arena. Everybody was feeling what you were feeling, and it just finally came out. And we were like, it was finally.
It was because the way it ended was Dustin Brown had hit Mikhail Roosevelt with a knee after the whistle, and Drew Doughty had flipped the puck over the glass, and they didn't give him a delay of game penalty. And so those were back to back. And Rosie's boy and Josh. So Rosie's boy, Derek Morris's boy, Adrian Acoin's boy, Josh, and Robert Lang's boy all played on the same team together. So they were all on the same hockey team together. And Rosie and I would hang out and sit together a lot. We all would. And you get so close when you spend time off the ice with each other. And I was so angry that something had happened to my teammate. And on top of it, it was Rosie. And and it was Brownie, who him and I are actually friends. And so
You guys
I
got over that, huh?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
eventually. Well, I mean, yeah, we did. Anyways, there was all of this heat and all this, and the game ended. Like literally, it's like 8 seconds after Rosie gets hit, the game ends, and I'm shaking hands, and now I'm in the dressing room.
Yep.
Yeah, that was it.
And we were converging on you.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
like we could.
And I was trying. I was trying
You started.
so hard to be quiet.
You did.
And then I tried to be respectful to the Kings because they did beat us in 5. Like it's not like it was a game 7. It was 5. They beat us in 5. 3 of them were overtime, but
I still have a running list in my head of least favorite hockey players ever
Oh.
across all teams.
Dude.
Dustin Brown's still number one. Still number
Oh,
one. It hasn't been
Brownie.
unseated in this long.
Brownie called me afterwards. So
Oh.
my contract was up that year, and
Yeah.
he called me and he's like, "Hey, is there what like we talked about maybe if I was interested in going to LA?" And I love Brownie as a guy. He's a really quiet, unbelievable leader. The way he handled the whole captaincy thing with Kopitar and stuff is a perfect example of what I think leadership is supposed to be. He was so classy about that and such a competitive player and someone that my kids didn't like him either. Like my kids really didn't like him. And when they found out that I was talking to him and that we were friends and that they had met him earlier, we'd played in the All-Star game together and I just really enjoyed him. And they were like, "Dad, you can't be friends with him." I'm like, "Yes, he's actually a really nice guy." That doesn't mean I didn't want to kill him.
Yeah,
Like, I really
right.
wanted to
Yeah,
kill him.
yeah,
And
yeah.
on the ice, we definitely tried to kill each other a couple times. So
We
Before-
talked-
go
we
ahead.
talked about Chicago. We talked about LA. That Nashville series, just to do it at home after all those years. I mean, what was the moment like for you guys as players on the
Yeah.
ice? Because I mean, I can speak for those in the crowd. It was like cathartic for everybody
yeah.
after all these years to finally see a series clincher at home. All those game 7s at America
Oh.
West, so close and didn't get it done. What was
Yeah.
that Nashville series like?
that was so much fun. Like again, Smitty was incredible.
Yep.
We beat them 1-0 in Nashville, and Smitty was lights out, and to come home 3-1, and it just felt like you couldn't get anything by Smitty. Like, and because of that, we were pretty confident that we had a good chance to win. That was really special. We scored. I think I scored a goal in the last game, which was really special in the last game against Nashville. And when it went in, I think that made it 4-1 or something. And you're like, we're going to do this. We're going to go into the conference finals. So that was, and we're going to have home ice. That
Yeah.
was,
And you're owned by the NHL.
and we're on to the NHL. That might have, never mind. I'm going to stay quiet again.
Before we wrap this up, though, I got to ask you about the future of hockey back
Yep.
here in the Valley. NHL hockey, not
Yep.
just hockey, but we know where hockey is, how hockey has grown in the Valley. You played as a kid growing up, right? You still play a little bit here and there. Maybe injuries may prevent you now, right?
Yeah, no. No, but you look at Austin Matthews, Matthew Nyes, the Kachuk boys, Tage and Josh in Buffalo. I mean, those players don't exist without the Coyotes in Arizona. And we were just talking before we came on, we had just gotten to that point here where you weren't just snowbirds or transplants that, hey, I'm a Blackhawks fan, I'm a Red Wings fan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the kids grew up here watching the Coyotes.
Yeah.
You know, sure, dad might like somebody else, but they
Yeah.
were Coyotes fans.
And Vegas is trying to creep in.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying.
I know.
I'm not sure I like that, but you know what? I love
We have
the
them on
sport.
our air, you know that?
I know
Our
you do. I know
sub-channel,
you
we
do.
got Vegas and Utah on our
I
air.
know.
Yeah,
I
I know.
They're trying to creep in. You know what? It's I agree. Like there's some momentum that was built up with the Coyotes being here. There could have been more momentum built up if there hadn't been. I felt like the Coyotes were more in survival mode than building mode, and that hurt minor hockey. I think what the Ice Den, Taylor Burke, the Peoria Ice, what Mesa has done and ASU has done now has really kind of kept hockey alive here in the state. And I hope that the team that it comes back sooner than later so that you can keep that momentum going. You look at those guys that you mentioned. Not only are there's a guy named Jake Livanovich who just played his first game in the NHL. He's a local kid. Mark Kastelik plays in Boston. He's another kid. There isn't just a few guys. there's some key guys that are with some big names, with some real influence in the league, that are all Arizona-born players, and I think that we need to take advantage of it and we need to keep it going. As we talked about earlier, a state like Minnesota might not have very many more guys in the top 50 than Arizona has,
Right.
and that's just, and they're the hockey so-called
Right.
the hockey state. That it shows that if you do it right here, it can work, and I really hope that there's a chance for it to happen. And I think what Tom Galvin, my wife, the committee, there's a bunch of people on that committee that are doing incredible work, that are trying to do stuff. There is business people in the valley that obviously will reach out and talk to me quite often and try to encourage, and I think that there will come a time when it comes back, and I obviously hope it's sooner than later.
You mentioned your wife Andrea and Tom Galvin on this. Tell people what that committee is. It's sort of a steering committee to get hockey back, I think, right?
Yeah, they're kind of just trying to keep the flag flying, and
Yeah.
trying to keep awareness and stay kind of on the NHL's radar. I don't think it's that hard to stay on the NHL's radar, as Gary Bettman and Bill Daly both want the team to at some time come back.
They tried desperately to keep a
Yep,
team here.
they did.
I know they did.
They did, and so you hope that something does work out and that there is something. But obviously, the leagues have 32 teams, and they have a ton of I guess influence from other places, and you hope that Arizona gets another shot at it. And if they do, we take advantage of it. And if we do, I really do think that hockey's a good fits here, because I think that the players, I know how much the players love playing here.
Mhm.
Like, you look at some of I think baseball and hockey seem to be a place that attracts the players of those sports more so than even some of the other sports, like more so than maybe basketball and football. And the fact that the players for training camp for the baseball all want to be here, and the hockey players love the winters here,
Yeah.
love playing here, love living here. There's Clayton Keller, I know, comes back. He's back in town. There's probably 7 or 8 guys from other teams that actually never actually played here, but just come back here and spend their summers here. Probably get to about 25 guys in the end of August that are all skating here, and every single executive and player that talks with me eventually is like, hey, so is there any chance we can get a team back in Arizona? I say, hey, I am the first person that wants it back.
That's right.
So I would love that. But so it's a destination spot for hockey players and hockey people. And I think that it makes sense. But at the same time, it's going to take a huge effort by some people.
On that committee, though, seems to be a really nice blend of people that
Yes.
political background, sports law, like
Yep.
you saw the inner workings, or at
Yes,
least
yes.
heard of them while you were
Yes.
there, of all the hiccups along the way. And I hope with all these people and maybe your expertise that there's kind of knowledge of the road bumps or the hiccups that were hit along the way of, okay, we can't do it this next time around, if there is a next time.
And I think that's probably one of the things, as much as anything, is that if you're going to do this again, it has to be done right in every way. And I think that that's probably local, people that understand the politics of the valley, that understand the state, that understand the dynamics of the valley, that have influence in the valley. And then don't tell anyone that it's happening until it's done.
Yeah.
Because,
Yes.
because
Moving to Tempe.
Yeah.
Moving to Scottsdale.
Yeah.
She was like, what?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, how about we just keep everything quiet, and then if it ever does happen, let's surprise everybody. And that would be my advice. And I think that's what Gary and Bill would probably appreciate. But I think what Tom and Andrea and the committee are probably focusing on as much as anything is this: do as much as you can. Well, this is the duck that's sitting on the water, just as calm as you can be, and paddling as hard as you can go. But I think that's a big part of it. It's what you said. It's all these things that I've watched missteps be made that have created scar tissue and almost at times created like a punchline on the Coyotes. Like you did. Like there's no way around it. That's kind of been what it's become in some ways. Not because of the Coyotes, but because of the surrounding missteps that happened. So now I think there's even more of an onus on, okay, we're going to, if this is to ever happen, it has to be done very quietly and it has to be done the right way. And if you can do that, then I think it has a chance.
To this day, I don't think there's anything that irritates me more than people that say hockey can't work in the desert in Arizona. I mean, look at that 2012 run.
I know.
I mean, that building was insane.
Yeah.
And you're asking people to drive an hour and a half. If they're not, no market would, you saw Ottawa when they were at outside of downtown and not winning. Yeah. That's a Canadian market. Capital, no one was there.
It's actually unbelievable, the passion and the commitment that the actual Coyotes fans have shown.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was on the team, so I can say it. We weren't very good for a long time. And there was still, there is a diehard group of people that would show up. And if we showed the slightest hint of being okay, you'd fill the building. Yeah. Like, I think there were the last 15 games or the last 20, there's like 15 games of the 2011, it's either 11 or 09. We sold out because we had a good team and we're on a run. And then we sold out, obviously, everything in the playoffs. And people can point out it's half of it was Detroit and half of it whatever. Yes, it was, but you couldn't get a ticket. You couldn't get into it because people wanted to come watch. Yep. And leading up to that, we did everything we could to make it hard to be a Coyote fan. Yeah. And we kept threatening we were leaving. We kept threatening that we were going somewhere else. And people still stayed. There isn't another place that you could do that to your fan base. Right. And them still stick around and show up and be there. That was what really made me excited.
The good news is I have a list of all the ownerships here that made the Coyotes what they are, and you're not on that list, so nobody's blaming you. I've got the list if you ever want to email me. I'll tell you who's to blame. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, thank you.
It's great to see you.
Yeah.
Stay in touch.
Yes.
What's going on. Yeah.